was I made this little fixture. It's got 3 holes in it for my drill pattern. Oh, you stinker. I am not a professional at this. So we are right back to work on our siding job here. So we've got to go down to the shop and cut a piece to splice in right here. And then we have to put our splicing boards along the bottom for our disposable horizontal boards. So let's get right to work. All right, so I don't normally carry anything as wide as 10 inches in my supply here. So I need 10 by 1, and I think we are going to get lucky here. I only need about 30 inches. Just goes to show maybe I should be keeping some wider boards around. All right, there's our last splice. That has all the boards complete on this section of the wall. I just have to fill the screw holes on that to disguise the splices. All right, folks, we've got all our boards in. Our 2 splice pieces are in, and we're all set to go on this section of the wall. So we are very close to the point of starting to stain our boards, but we've got one more thing yet to do. We have to fill this gap here, and this is going to get covered with what I have referred to as sacrificial horizontal boards. So all of these vertical boards that went down into the ground were, of course, all rotten along the bottom. And in the case where there was some horizontal boards put in that were down to the ground, they were held in place by 2-inch wide stakes that were driven down into the ground, and then a couple of screws went into those stakes, and they were spaced every 3 or 4 feet kind of thing. And of course, all the stakes that went into the ground were all rotten. So the boards that were along the bottom, the horizontal boards that were along the bottom, were just falling off. If you look back at some of my earlier videos, you'll see how this all just came off in one great big piece because everything was rotten. So we need to do something different for these boards. Now, what I have done before was I used Tapcon screws that went back through the styrofoam insulation that's over top of the cement that's right here. I put those Tapcon screws into the cement, and that held our sacrificial horizontal pressure treated boards in place. But we've run into a snag with this wall. The styrofoam insulation here that's up against the cement foundation is 6 inches thick. That means my Tapcon screws aren't long enough to do the job. So I don't want to drive stakes into the ground to fasten boards to, because that just doesn't last. I want something that's going to last. So my plan is to use more splicing boards like this. So this is a fencing board. It's pressure treated. It's about 4.5 inches wide and 5/8 of an inch thick. So let's imagine that this is our vertical boards on the house. So where they come down over top of the cement foundation, there is actually a small gap behind there because the insulation is set back by about 5/8 of an inch. And coincidentally, that is pretty much the thickness of our splicing boards. So the plan is to cut our splicing boards 13 inches long. So 3.5 inches of that is going to go behind our horizontal boards, like so. And then 3 screws, deck screws, are going to go in up here to fasten that board in place. And then down here will be our 2 pieces of horizontal board that will get fastened to this splicing plate. So what I've decided I'm going to do is put one of these splicing boards on the bottom of every one of my vertical boards. So I've got to attach these with 3 screws. So what I did to make that a little quicker was I made this little fixture. It's got 3 holes in it for my drill pattern. So all I have to do is take my splicing board and my little fixture here, lay it on top, draw my line, and now I know how far underneath I'm going with this because I've got my line on there. And then my fixture will go on like this, and I'll just kind of rough it into the center, give myself a couple of reference lines, and then I can go ahead and drill my 3 holes through my board. So once those holes are there, I've got this line, I've got these lines, so I can see just where I am putting this, like so underneath. And then I have got 1 3/4 deck screws that I'm going to put into that. Now I've got my splicing board hanging down here, all ready to go for my 2 horizontal boards. Okay, there's my 3 holes. Now I can take my splicing board. I hope I can get it under here. So I see my horizontal line on my board. Make sure I am straight up and down. All right, and there's our splicing board in place. It's good and solid. And we've got room to put our 2 horizontal boards in there. So I think that's going to work really nicely. All right, folks, so we have all of our splicing boards in place along the bottom here. So that's ready to go. And we've got our horizontal boards laying out here for staining along with all of our battens. So as I have mentioned before, we're going to stain these before they go on. And we are going to stain the boards and the soffits before the battens go on. Well, we've got thunderclouds and we got rumbling. I just never seem to be able to win with this stuff. Man, oh man. With the insane amount of heat and humidity that we've had, you just never know what the heck is going to happen. I don't think this is going to last very long. So we're going to keep going. Why am I doing this? Oh, you stinker. That ends things for today. Well, you can't really tell that I stained a couple of boards. Getting my paint pan nicely rinsed out over there. Ah, boy. This was not supposed to happen today. Well, here we are again, literally half an hour later. Not much stain left on those boards. So they are going to have to sit for a bit. Skies have cleared off. You wouldn't know that we just had a real heavy short burst rainstorm. So hopefully it doesn't rain again today, and that will mean that I can get back to staining these tomorrow. I can work on the soffit boards that you saw me sanding there, as they're ready to go. And they're dry, so let's get some staining done anyway. And we'll see how things look when we get to that point. Well, folks, we are out here in front of the completed west wall. This was what we finished up last year, and I am really pleased with how that looks. So we are back to work again on the north wall after that deluge that we got. But we got to keep moving ahead. And now it looks like we are finally getting a break in the temperature. Today is actually a pretty comfortable day, which is really good. But for now, I think that's going to be it for today's video. So thanks very much for coming along. If you've got any thoughts, comments, suggestions, anything like that, please let me know. I really love to hear from you. And as I've said a number of times, I am not a professional at this. It's learn as you go. And that's what helps to make it entertaining as well, at least for me. So remember to stay safe out there, folks. Be good to each other. And we will see you out on the trails the next time. It's quite the difference.